Oh, not Boba Fett, definitely Batgirl, and some dude, maybe an alien. I don't know.
You might be a local resident.
Hmm.
Hey, you dorks, this is Gunnar Hansen, Leatherface from the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and you are listening to The Dorkening.
Hi, I'm Brian Johnson, and although you probably accidentally stumbled across it and have no idea why you're watching it, you are in fact watching The Dorkening.
Hello, this is Tom Kenny, voice actor, the voice of the Ice King on Adventure Time, and SpongeBob SquarePants. Meow. Oh, Gary the Snail, too. Hey, guess what you're filling your eye holes and ear holes with? The Dorkening! Oh, I love the Dorkening. Very popular in Ooh. And Bikini Bottom.
Hi, I'm Lou Ferrigno. You're watching The Dorkening. And you know what? You don't like me when I get angry, so don't get me angry. You better keep watching The Dorkening.
Hey guys, this is Felissa Rose, and you're watching The Dorkening.
Hey guys, it's Courtney Palm. We're shooting Death House, and you're watching The Dorkening.
This is Anthony Michael Hall, and you're watching The Dorkening. Stay tuned. My friend's going to show you what entertainment's all about, baby.
The Dorkening.
The Dorkening and all affiliated shows are not intended for anyone under the age of 18. The following may contain discussions or scenes that have adult situations, graphic violence, nudity, strong sexual content, and graphic language. This show is intended for mature audiences only. Viewer discretion is advised.
Rise and shine, my sinners. When Father Evil starts his day, he gets a little deadly. Deadly Grounds coffee has the richest, smoothest flavor you'll find anywhere. It's sinfully delicious. Once you go deadly, you never go back. Order yours at getdeadly.com. Coffee's so good, it's scary.
Hey, happy Wednesday, everybody. You're watching The Dorkening. My name's Leo. I'm the monkey behind the keyboard here. We have an awesome episode for you today. Book of Mando. You know, I'm not going to get into it yet because watching this. Brandon, how's it going, bud?
I'm doing well. Thank you very much, Leo.
We need to talk Superman also, but
yes, indeed.
Yeah, on another note, yo.
Hey, everybody.
How's it going, bud?
Not too bad. How about yourself?
Doing well. Steven.
Hello, everyone.
Okay. Should we just friggin' spoil Mando? Because I'm so everybody saw today's friggin' episode, right?
Yes.
Nope. Yo didn't.
No, I don't care if you spoil things. Just so you know.
Oh my god.
Thank you. It's not gonna not make me watch the episode. I'm not one of those people.
I have one question. Was this the final episode, or is there
no penultimate episode next week?
Yep.
Next week's
the finale. Yep.
Okay. So spoilers. I think this was a just a testing for a spinoff for a Luke and Ahsoka show.
I did not get that feeling at all.
Well,
I did not get that whatsoever.
We're getting an Ahsoka show.
I know we're getting an Ahsoka show, but they've improved the look of Luke so much.
Oh yeah, I mean they had nowhere to go but fucking up from his last appearance.
Well, and they hired the guy that did the deep fake, and supposedly he helped work on this, but they did full out scenes with Luke training baby Grogu, you know?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I will say they were very smart to limit the amount of time we saw his mouth actually moving. Because that's one of the trickiest things about those situations.
Yeah.
It
was full on Mark Hamill though.
Was it though? Was it?
It sounded.
No, I mean it might have been his voice for sure,
Yeah.
but I don't think it was like him. You know what I mean? It was like a double of some kind.
Oh, definitely a double. Well, so for the episode of Mandalorian, it was Mark Hamill that stood in.
I will say one thing.
There was behind the scenes footage of him like in that scene. Sorry, Steven, go ahead.
Leo, you must have been in high heaven seeing baby Grogu again.
Oh my god, it was awesome. I just love Baby Yoda.
Can I just, the elephant in the room here? I mean, this is the Book of Boba Fett, and quite frankly, I have found this show to be like kind of middling, to be perfectly honest. And these last two episodes where they brought the Mandalorian in, it was just kind of like, oh, so this is awesome. The two best episodes of this entire show so far are the episodes that have absolutely nothing to do with showing Boba Fett. That's not good at all. It's not a good sign. And quite frankly, I was far more interested in what was happening with oh my god, what's his name? Din Djarin.
Din Djarin. Oh, I thought you were going to talk about Timothy.
Oh yeah, definitely that too. And oh my god, dude, like I'm a big Stephen King nerd as well, and you will not believe the amount of fucking people that went out there and they're just like, Timothy Olyphant should play Rowan the Gunslinger in the Dark Tower. I'm like, oh man, okay, we get it. Like a fucking white dude in his late 40s, early 50s with gray hair and is really skinny, fucking dressed up like a cowboy. Okay, he should play Rowan. Fucking slow down, kids. Slow the fuck down. But yeah, like this whole thing with these past two episodes, it's the most engaged I've been with the show so far. And I don't think that's a particularly great sign.
Well, as a huge fan of the Fett, I loved this show so far. Every episode, I know, Brandon, you've had your reservations about the backstory going back and forth, from present to current. But what I liked is how we've seen everything going on with Boba Fett, and it takes a break with the Mandalorian. And I think, with the thing with, I don't know if you guys played Grand Theft Auto 4, but there's a sequence where three characters are different stories are intertwining with each other on one level. And I think with this episode, Mandalorian and Boba Fett are intertwining with one story together. And obviously, Mandalorian Din Djarin is intertwining with he's going to intertwine with season 3 and go his own way, but it's going to build up with Book of Boba Fett. So obviously he's doing his thing with Book of Boba Fett, but it's going to lead into season 3 of Mandalorian. So that's just my take on it. And
yeah, I mean, I think it's pretty straightforward that they're intertwining the two storylines of Mandalorian and Boba Fett. I mean, that's actually how it all started to begin with. The fact that Boba Fett came out of Mandalorian and then they went into this series. It's just the simple fact that, Boba Fett, this is supposed to be, especially for everyone who like loves the Fett like yourself. I mean, this is supposed to be a real turning point for the character, and he's finally kind of getting the spotlight that he, quote unquote deserves. And it's been pretty piss poor insofar as showing more of his character and developing him. They've done a great job on the scenes, like I've said, where he was saved by the Tusken Raiders and slowly started doing his dances with wolves thing. But like everything that's taken place in quote present time, which is funny to say considering this is supposed to be in a galaxy far, far away a long time ago, but present day, his whole like political thing, and it is political regardless of it being mobsters and stuff. It's the politics of that underworld. All of that in trying to set himself up as the daimyo, it's not been terribly interesting. I mean, it's just been like, I'm Boba Fett. I don't want to hurt people anymore. I have plenty of money. Now I need muscle. Hey, you kids with bikes, come with me.
You don't you're not getting a Godfather vibe from that whole thing, because he's
no God, no. Don't, please. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not like creaming my jeans over the Godfather, but please don't tell me you're fucking comparing the Book of Boba Fett to the Godfather. Please don't tell me that.
He's trying to be like a Don with the whole thing, the whole Diamio. Obviously, that's like a Don type of thing, and obviously that one scene in the last episode where he was the head of the table with all the other families, that was an iconic scene in The Godfather.
No,
families.
Okay,
just the last episode.
No,
I knew it was you, Greedo. You broke my heart.
So I don't get that he's trying to become this huge crime boss. I see it as he's trying to make his own community, is because he saw that with the Tusken Raiders, their own tribe, and he's
and that's the thing. That's part of why it was so good, is because he had never really had that.
Yeah.
That's the big thing. So that's the example that was set for him. And I don't mind him trying to gear up to that, but like I've said before, this has some serious Episode 1 Phantom Menace missteps feels to it. It's like they focused far too much on the political back and forth between the parties and not enough actual action. And I'm not saying that as someone that needs bang bangs and pew pews every fucking 5 minutes. All right. It's just the simple fact that this is a sci-fi fantasy action adventure. And so far, when it comes to this main character that everyone who loves him has maintained is the baddest dude in the fucking galaxy, we've seen nothing to support that, really.
We did get an Episode 1 vibe. Not this episode, the previous episode.
Well, it was the Naboo Starfighter.
Yeah.
Disney is definitely...
Two references, actually, because he was the Naboo Starfighter and he was going through the pod racing course.
Yeah, I actually did say that too. I was like, ooh, pod racing.
Yeah, pod racing, but we also know it as what the fuck is it? He shot the rat in it. He talks about it.
Oh, what, from A New Hope?
Yeah.
Beggar's Canyon.
Beggar's Canyon, yeah.
Yeah, that is correct. But I mean, He also said, at one point, but I was gonna go to Toshi Station, get some power converters. And I didn't like have to put a pillow on my lap because of the massive erection I got when I saw that they were having a fucking conversation at Toshi Station.
Oh no,
I mean, not every reference and Easter egg is cause for a fucking parade and celebration.
Oh no, and I don't think it should be, but it's nice how they're not really they are expanding the universe, but they're showing more of the. Well,
I'm sorry. I'm not saying like it's just okay. It's literally I'm laughing out loud. I cannot help that because I completely understand what you're saying with expanding the universe.
Expanding
but the irony of it is the fact that this is
Tatooine.
Like fucking how many things have taken place on Tatooine now?
No.
I've never been so fucking sick of a fake planet that I could never set foot on my entire life. I've never been there, and I never want to fucking go back there. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
but if you go to Disney, Disney's gonna have the Tatooine, land.
It's fucking ridiculous. Tatooine land. Hey kids, a box of sand.
It's spice. It's spice.
Technically, if you watch this episode,
yes, here's a box of sand and a packet of cinnamon.
They expanded on one thing, but they retconned 3 movies with the building of this temple, whatever the fuck it was.
That's not a retcon.
Yeah, they're trying. No, whatever.
No, he's building his
Jedi
classroom.
Academy. That's the first like setup for it.
Yeah, and a matter of fact, the scene where Mando was sitting in that scene where they show the building, that seems to be the same angle when Luke was watching it burn with R2.
Yeah, when I like I didn't look anything up, but I honestly like my brain was like, oh, that's the same place that we saw in the third trilogy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like I think they set that up fairly well.
Yeah.
And then what I meant by expanding upon earlier when Grogu had his vision and he was bearing witness to 66.
Executive Order 66.
He was like front and center to the ethnic cleansing of the Jedi, pretty much.
Yeah.
Is it ethnic cleansing of the Jedi? Because they're all different races. They just happen to be force sensitive.
It'd be religious persecution.
Yes. Physio-religious persecution. Thanks, George Lucas, for midi-chlorians, you fucking dick.
After watching
the episode, considered ethnic cleansing, though, isn't it?
What's that?
Trying to figure out if that's still considered an ethnic cleansing.
I don't think so, because if you think about it, like everybody's like different species and what have you.
Yeah, but it's the same religion.
But but your sensitivity to the Force itself has been established as biological.
Biological, yes.
So it's a genocide.
They killed a bunch of Jedis, guys.
But it is referred to as a religion.
All right, it's a theocide. It's a theocide, I guess. Is that the word for killing a religion? That's a deicide, killing a god.
What they call the religious wars? It's
the Crusades.
Crusades. There we go. Order 66 is updated Crusades.
Oh boy, I can see the fucking Lucas fanboy fan fiction going now. Indiana Jones and the Last Jedi Crusades.
Starring Mel Gibson.
Oh God. Yeah, as the head Nazi that Indiana Jones punches in the fucking mouth in the first 5 minutes. I do think it's funny that in this day and age, right? We all fucking hated Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. Thank you very much for that one, Lucasfilm. And we all mostly like one of the biggest issues was Shia LaBeouf as fucking whatever his name was, Runt or whatever that Mutt. That was his name, Mutt.
Indeed,
Was it though? Because there's a
but here's the thing, right? In real life, since that movie, altogether, Shia LaBeouf has punched more Nazis in the face than Harrison Ford. How fucked up is that? I'm just saying, like, life sometimes imitates art. If only Mutt had been that interesting. But yeah, like I mean, there's just a whole bunch of fucking shit that they've been throwing at the wall in these past like few episodes.
Well, it's not really throwing it at the wall. It's making connections, a lot of connections with like Clone
Yeah,
Wars.
but like, did anybody else find Ahsoka's appearance, not even her appearance, I should say, but rather what she said to Din Djarin, the Mandalorian, like way fucking hypocritical?
What
No,
did she say?
he's got.
Remind me.
They can't have attachments.
Oh,
and all given
yeah.
that whole rundown.
Yep.
Why was she on that planet? Why was she there?
To visit Grogu?
No, not Grogu. Not Grogu.
Luke?
She wasn't there to visit Grogu.
Oh,
That's right, Luke. And
yeah.
how does she know who Luke is?
She's an old family friend.
Oh, and what would that be called?
A friend.
A fucking attachment? She's literally there visiting her fucking friend, her friend's son, who's building a new Jedi Academy. And she then turns around on the other fucking side of her neck and says to the Mandalorian, "Oh, Jedis can't have friends. Sorry." Fuck you! And then fucking Luke, "Oh, listen, you can have this tiny little metal shirt. Or you can have this tiny little lightsaber. What's it gonna be? Gee, I'm very curious. What do you think it's gonna be?"
Well,
the Jedi are walking contradictions anyway. I completely agree with that Facebook user, whoever you are.
So yeah, please let us know who you are and go like StreamYard so your name will pop up. He could go with a person that has a brand new baby seat in his Starfighter. That is a baby seat.
Oh, is it? I didn't even catch that.
Where the R2 unit's supposed to go. And it's a little dome now. So
it's so funny to me. I was sitting there watching the show and talking with my wife, Dara, and I literally was like, it's kind of bullshit. I was complaining about Ahsoka saying that shit to the Mandalorian. And then it goes through and starts showing more training with Luke and Grogu. And I'm just like, it's fucking bullshit that she said all that stuff to him. And honestly, it really is ridiculous when you think about it, that the Jedi, like, their whole thing is like balance this and balance that, but they actually completely strip themselves of anything that's supposed to let them feel things. And then you have the Sith side that's all focused on how they feel. They just happen to like actually zero in primarily on like anger and hate. But like all emotions are there for them. And that's where you need to find the balance. It's either nothing or all of it. That's the balance I feel like they should be talking about. And all you ever fucking hear is balance this, balance that. And it's all about stripping away from the fucking light side of the Force. And no fucking sooner did I finished saying the last sentence, and it shows Luke and Grogu standing on the top of a bunch of fucking trees, and he starts talking about balance of the fucking Force. And it's all the same bullshit. Say what you want about the new trilogy. I absolutely do agree with the fact that like balance in the Force is not about like quantity on sides or anything like that. It's about finding the actual like metaphysical balance between the dark and light side to be able to walk astride it so you can live a full life. And I'd like to see more of that delved into, but instead I get Boba Fett saying he has plenty of money for muscle. Awesome.
And all they got was 2 people.
Yeah, good stuff. Oh, by the way, apparently I'm supposed to know who that blue guy was at the end. And not because I read that anywhere, just because that was apparent.
Oh, by the way, I didn't know.
Lifted his head up, and I'm like, oh, that's something that I'm sure a lot of fans are geeking out over right now.
I had no idea who it was until my co-host told me it was a Clone Wars reference. And I was like...
Well, it's Clone Wars and also Bad Batch.
Bad Batch, yeah.
Yeah.
I knew that much.
I'm way behind the radar on those 2 shows. I was like, it's just a gunslinger, and it was an Eastwood trope, and there's Eastwood tropes all over the fucking show and Mandalorian, which I'm one of the reasons why it sells me all over the 10 times over.
So they're probably also gonna do some tie-in with Han Solo the movie. They'll bring that in at some point. That syndicate. And then there's rumor that they're going to de-age Harrison Ford.
Wait, why? Hold on. Why would they de-age Harrison Ford?
They're de-aging
he would
him
be
and
no. They wouldn't de-age him. Solo takes place many years before what we're seeing now.
No, not so. If he was to show up in like Book of Boba.
Yeah, he would probably be like older.
Yes.
Yeah, he would.
And Solo?
Solo.
Woody Harrelson. That's what you just said, right? They would.
No, Harrison Ford.
Oh, Harrison. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I missed that. I missed. I was focused. I was like the whole cast of the fucking movie rifled through my head.
Yeah.
I could have sworn you said Woody Harrelson.
No, Harrison Ford.
Movie takes place between 3 and 4. This show takes place between 6 and 7. So if we're gonna de-age Harrison Ford, they'd have to use Harrison Ford, not what's his name? The guy that was in Hail Caesar.
Orville Redenbacher. I can't.
Well, they'd probably do the same thing they're doing with Mark Hamill. You know, same exact process and same process transition time. Here's a transition, folks. With John Goodman. Anybody watching Gemstones?
No.
Oh.
Not that I have anything against it. I haven't watched it.
The Royal Gemstones on HBO.
Righteous Gemstones.
Righteous, yes. John Goodman. It's comedy. He's this. He's a like TV type pastor or religious person. I forgot the name of it. Televangelism. There we go. Whole 9 yards. They have mansions and bring in tons of money. Tons of awesome, special guest stars they've been having. But this week's episode, they de-aged John Goodman.
Really?
They did it so well. It's like he stepped off the set of Roseanne, but minus the weight.
Oh, no, that's crazy. Like, how far back did they go, like age wise? Then,
like he was in Roseanne, like really? That age.
Because even before he was in Roseanne, like he was actually like a strapping dude. Then he started to gain weight over time.
Yeah,
like I believe he was in like an old Brute commercial, like on TV. It's like it's weird seeing him because it's like what John Goodman had like a pointy chin and shit. Like it was, and his neck was clear. you could clearly see him coming from the collar of his shirt. Wasn't like none of that. So the Righteous Gemstones just completely de-aged him, huh?
Yeah, I'm finding a picture right now.
While we're talking about shows we've seen, me and my girlfriend finished up a show on Hulu called Dope Sick.
The Michael Keaton joint.
Yes, and holy crap, it is so good. The people that play in the pharmaceutical company people, it makes you want to just jump at the screen and choke them for all the shit that they've done. But it is really, really good if you haven't seen it.
Yeah, buddy, you should read the news. A lot of people have wanted to do that to those people long before the show. That's why they made the show, actually. Wow. Yeah, that's
Yeah, so this is him normally in the show. And this is him de-aged.
That's pretty good.
And
yeah.
The thing is, it wasn't just a couple scenes. It was the entire episode, almost.
Wow. That's a good job. Yeah, I haven't heard much about the show altogether, though, so Brock's... He looked like Brock Sampson back in the day. I love the Venture Brothers, man. Whoever said that, good call.
But yeah, it's the show's pretty good. It's a fucked up family, yeah, definitely give it a try. It's pretty good.
Yeah, I haven't really watched any of the shows from what's his face, Danny McBride, since I don't know the second season of Eastbound and Down.
I've never watched that.
Yeah, it was all right until about the second season. That's when I stopped watching it. Kenny Powers was the name of the main character. He was just like a fucking has-been baseball player and ends up having to like go back home with his tail between his legs, but he's still the same egotistical narcissist he was when he left and joined the major leagues for baseball. So yeah, lots of fun on that one.
Yo, what are you watching nowadays?
The last thing I watched was All of Us Are Dead, the new zombie show on Netflix.
How was that?
Pretty good. Kind of like High School of the Dead,
Okay.
the animated, but not because they weren't all just like, okay, well, we know how to kill these things, and like jumped right into being like badasses.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds like a zombie
They brought
thing.
up Train to Busan.
Of course they did.
They're like discussing like what the hell was going on. They're like, have you guys ever seen Train to Busan? It's like, just like that. And they're like, nah.
Jesus. Just start slashing at zombies and screaming out the names of random zombie movies. Evil Dead 2, Dead by Dawn! Night of the Living Dead! Dawn of the Dead! Day of the Dead! The one guy that kills the most zombies just happened to be named George.
Of the jungle.
Yeah, that's the reference I was making. Nailed it.
Brendan Fraser, yep.
Okay, so this leaked today.
Ooh, leaking. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, set images of J.K. Simmons.
I want those pictures of Batman! Oh, sorry. Sorry, wrong character.
Playing Commissioner Gordon has service for Batgirl.
So we have J.K. Simmons as Batgirl.
He dyed his hair red, sorry.
So obviously he's playing Commissioner Gordon in Batgirl and Justice League and all those movies. But then we have the guy who does the voice of the Watcher as Commissioner Gordon in the Batman.
Jeffrey Wright.
Yes. So is this the Batman movie not affiliated with this DCU movie? No,
that is correct.
Son of a bitch. I was looking forward to the goddamn Batman, and then DC had to fuck it up with everything.
Yeah, oh man, now you can't watch the Batman?
No, I am going to watch the Batman.
Okay, then.
Okay, so you haven't seen it yet, though. How do you know they fucked it up?
No, it's just the continuity. I'm just confused with
There is no continuity because they're not connected.
Yeah.
The thing.
Yeah, it's they're probably going to start doing black label everything, you know? Everything is going to be its own story. You know, there may be some continuity here and there, but you know, they're
it's all
probably
the multiverse, baby.
Yeah,
it's all good.
Earth 616. No, that's
Marvel.
That's Marvel, pal. Yeah. This is Earth 37 in a row. Hey, try not to start any multiverses on your way to the parking lot.
Speaking of multiverses, but not really, the script for Spider-Man No Way Home leaked, and apparently in
what? Hold on, wait.
This is the new thing. They
leaked the script. I'm sorry, wait, hold on. Breaking news. The script to a movie that's already in a fucking theater right now.
But this is the thing. People are going through scripts and saying, oh, this was different in the movie. It was supposed to be this. Let's make a full article about this. But apparently in the script, there was originally a call for a Stan Lee lookalike.
Oh, yeah, I heard that. And so what? Ideas change all the time. That's
Oh, yeah, totally.
That's what happens. Scripts are living documents, kids. They get changed regularly.
While we're on that subject, I mentioned it in the group chat for topics. Fight Club got an alternative ending in China that
so Winnie the Pooh is in it somehow now?
No, apparently the whole ending was changed because apparently they said, and it just faded to black, blue text saying Tyler Durden was arrested and he will be paroled in 2012 or something like that. It basically
they basically kept the buildings from blowing up. They cut right to black at that point before you see, right after he says to Marley, where he's like, you met me at a very strange time in my life. And then instead of the bombs going off and seeing like the skyscrapers crumbling, it just cuts to black. and it gives you the full-on M. Night Shyamalan Unbreakable ending instead, where they just put sentences on the screen and don't show you anything, but also the added bonus of it's an absolute fucking lie as to what happened in the movie. What it said on the screen was, through the clue provided by Tyler, the police rapidly figured out the whole plan and arrested all criminals, successfully preventing the bomb from exploding. After the trial, Tyler was sent to a lunatic asylum receiving psychological treatment. He was discharged from the hospital in 2012.
What he
fucking
said.
madness.
Yeah.
Just
I think they should have just put Winnie the Pooh in it.
Yeah.
Unreal. Unreal. I mean, yeah, I mean, this is clearly because they feel as if this will inspire the people in China to fucking revolt and start blowing up credit card companies.
You know, they probably don't want another Tiananmen Square, you know.
Or maybe they do. You know, but the funny, I mean, it's fucking Fight Club too. You know
how
what I mean?
old
Like,
is that movie at this point? Like,
you know, like I think if they let them just watch the movie, they would have pulled all the wrong information, and the wrong people would have gotten into it anyway. Because like the same thing happened here with the movie Fight Club. Like a lot of people sort of missed the fucking point of the entire story, like the fake machismo and the consumerism stuff. It was all there as like obfuscation. It was just one dude's identity crisis. That's what it boils down to, trying to figure out who he is, like in society at large. And I mean, the fact that they go through the whole thing where Tyler Durden's like, you are not a snowflake, and this, that, and the other thing, and it became like this insult from like conservative people to like more liberal people, and completely missing the point of Tyler Durden spouting that fucking rhetoric in the movie. Like it's so nuts that everyone kind of locked in like, oh yeah, Fight Club, just get together and fucking kick everybody's ass. It's what? No, man, it's a fucking microcosm of the worst parts of what we do in society. Like, just think about it for a second. I understand not every movie requires you to use your brain even remotely. I get that. But this one kind of does. Like, I went to the movie theater having no idea what that flick was. And my friend Sean and I genuinely thought that it was going to be some kind of like bare knuckle boxing movie. And then like it starts getting to the nitty gritty of it. And we were just like, I don't think this is actually about fighting at all. And, you know, we made it to the end and I was like, what the fuck did I just see? I mean, it was great. I liked it, but what the fuck was it? And then I proceeded to track the book down and read that. And it even, you know, it opened my eyes a little bit more to the story that Chuck Palahniuk was telling. But man, there's a lot of layers to that initial story and what David Fincher was doing with it. Everybody in that like did a great job. And, you know, it's just like, it is amusing to me that the Chinese government felt that this movie would have been that powerful that it could have potentially inspired some insurrection against them. Yeah, it's if their grasp on what is going on with their people is that tenuous, then you know, Fight Club, you better fucking make sure they don't see an episode of Care Bears or something too, because that might be the tipping point.
Speaking of Care Bears,
all right.
I just wanted to wish our friend Justin Cooper happy birthday. Happy birthday, Coop.
Happy birthday, Coop. I wish you a happy birthday on your Facebook page. That's all you get from me, pal.
Superman and Lois, holy shit.
I know, man. I hats off to the folks doing this show. Quite honestly, they have fucking zagged every single time I thought they were gonna zig, and they have tricked us. They have you know, pulled the fucking tablecloth out, and the flowers have still been standing each time when it comes to the villains on this fucking show.
It's some sort of doomsday.
Yeah, right. My God, like in the first season, to have Morgan Edge show up and be this like dickhead corporate dude, and which was a fun breakdown to my wife. I'm like, okay, Morgan Edge, blah blah blah, Galaxy Broadcasting, this, that, and the other thing. And so she got the gist of that. And then they go to Smallville, set up life there, and then all of a sudden there's this like Lex Luthor from an alternate reality. And he's got the mechanical suit, just like you think of with Lex Luthor having the green and purple suit from the comics, and you're like, damn, he's gonna fuck shit up. And then they fucking flip the script, and you find out that Lex Luthor from the alternate reality is actually not him. It's a dude who served with Luthor in the army against Superman. He just happens to have Luthor's tags. And it's actually John Henry Irons, the character known as Steel, who first appeared during the reign of the Superman from the Return of Superman after he died. And that the suit comes complete with a fucking giant hammer, that like a sledgehammer that he uses. So he's a cape and an S symbol away from being Steel from the comics. And then Morgan Edge, as it turns out, is not Morgan Edge. I mean, he's set himself up as this person on Earth, but he's actually a Kryptonian. And he's all about, oh, I'm going to bring all these Kryptonians back and set up our planet and way of life again. And it's like, oh, okay, Zod, we get it. Haha, we haven't seen this like 4 other times. And they still do it again because it's not General Zod. It's Superman's, and they made this for the show, but still fucking great. Superman's half brother from Krypton. His mother's genetic material was combined with another dude's genetic material, and he is the product. And he was also rocketed by that other guy away from Krypton, so he would survive. And he basically followed suit to Earth because he understood all the same shit that was going to be his son would be capable of on the planet. And then we get into season 2 now.
Well, hold on before you get into that. Also, his brother shows, how much of an importance upbringing is, because you had 2 siblings, one that had a caring family, one that had a punishing family.
An abusive hologram.
Abusive hologram, yeah.
Band name Dibs. But yeah, and then we get into season 2, and it's like, oh, the bad guy. Look at that. It's Doomsday. He's crashing up through the ground. He's got the suit on with the big old goggles. I mean, very, very similar to the comic. And he finally busts up through the ground, and Superman's been having these weird connecting visions, like seeing what the thing is seeing as it's trying to come up from underneath. And then when he finally erupts through the ground, it's fucking Bizarro. Bizarro. I can't even explain how this is happening yet because they haven't told us. But man, the backwards S on the suit, the fucking pale skin with the cracks in it.
They did the backwards title at the end too.
They did the backwards title at the very end of that episode. And I was just like, what? It's the most like accurate looking Bizarro that we've ever seen in anything.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
And that's really saying something, because insofar as comic book accuracy, the most accurate Bizarro before this point was like in the syndicated show The Adventures of Superboy, starring John Haynes Newton and then eventually Gerard Christopher. And that was the dude who they just put a shitload of fucking cragged makeup on. I mean, they did a good job with it, but that's the closest we ever got. And they have this, and now they have Lucy Lane showing up, once again played by Jenna Dewan, who played her briefly on Supergirl when the show was on CBS before it was switched to CW. And it's just, if you go back to the 80s when John Byrne restarted Superman with the Man of Steel miniseries, Lucy Lane actually figured into the Bizarro comic that he did. And she had like, he was kind of like Bizarro was kind of attracted to her. I don't mean like sexually or anything, but like he was drawn to her. And she had like kind of a calming effect on him. And we see that she's showing up now, and there's all kinds of stuff going on with her possibly being in a cult. I looked up the name of the woman who's running the cult, and it turns out in the comic books, she is a version of Parasite.
Oh.
Yeah. That's why Lois actually called her a parasite while I'm talking to Lucy.
Really?
In the episode last night. Yeah, I was like,
and so there was no reference to Allie Mack or Allison Mack.
No, why would there be?
They're talking about a cult.
Oh yeah, Navixia. What the fuck that thing is? Yeah. What? No, smart not to. Smart
Yeah.
not to.
You
Just,
guys
just
know
here to
about
have fun, you know.
You guys know about Allison Mack from Smallville?
Vaguely.
She played
Vaguely,
Chloe
vaguely.
Sullivan on Smallville.
Yeah, I vaguely.
Yeah.
She joined a cult, and
Just say it. It's a sex cult.
well, I mean, yeah, I guess. I mean, I don't want to say it's. I feel like there was a lot more to it. Like there was definitely sex, but I just feel like it was overall abuse. You know, like it was just
she was like a recruiter or something, right?
Yeah, she was a recruiter for the guy who like ran it, and it's absolutely
bonkers,
disgusting and bonkers. And she got arrested and she's doing her time and everything, but like, yeah, it's frightening. Like she was this like, she was on this show for forever, and she seemed like, she was a pretty talented and outgoing individual, but holy hell, like who would have seen that coming? But yeah, like this show, this series so far, man, they keep doing other things, and I'm really enjoying it. I can't believe they killed 2 of those fucking kids in this episode, like right out the gate.
I didn't watch yesterday's episode yet. I'm halfway through it.
Oh, I feel like that's something that should have been brought up at the beginning of this conversation.
It's okay. Spoil it.
All right. Well, yeah. Team Superman goes after Bizarro and gets there right before Superman proper does, and it's not a good scene. But it happens off screen, but it happens.
Well,
like
he even said that like his team wasn't ready to take on whatever's coming up.
Oh yeah, 100%. I mean, what a shock! Superman was correct in his assessment, but it was man, there's some stuff that goes down too with Jonathan in this episode, and I'm really curious to see how that pans out. Because I've had like kind of my own theory about some stuff that's been going on, particularly with Jordan since they arrived in Smallville. And I really want to see how this is, if it might be the same kind of thing that is happening after this most recent episode. I'll say that. I actually don't want to spoil it.
Okay.
Because when you see it, I hope you latch on to what I say and be like, oh, this must be the thing. Keep your eyes on Jonathan and what he may do relating to Kryptonian stuff.
Okay.
Say that.
Well, speaking of spoiling, well, it's not really spoiling, but it's no segue anyway.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Speaking of not spoiling things.
Oh yeah, speaking of not spoiling things, we're gonna have like a month without spoilers because you have Book of Boba, Book of Mando ending next week.
Book of Mando.
That's ending next week, and then we have like 4 weeks until Moon Knight. What are we gonna do?
We'll figure it out. I'm not worried about it.
For all of you Hulu subscribers, and today I've been on a Hulu binge lately, so don't mind me. There's something that came out today, and I'm gonna start watching it tomorrow. There's a series that came out called Pam and Tommy. So
yep, yeah, it's all about the sex tape that was released, starring, that was made by Pamela Anderson and Tommy Lee.
Yep.
Yeah.
Series about that.
Yeah. And Steve, via con Dios, go with God. I wasn't interested when the sex tape was released. So
no, it's never mind. I'm digging myself into a hole.
You're not digging yourself into a hole. No, I get it. I mean, like I said, I enjoy it, watch it. It's a lot of drama around a thing, and I understand like there was a lot of miscreants involved, but it's just all scumbags.
Yeah. I mean, I just finished Dope Sick, and it was a bunch of scumbags. So,
So you're on the scumbag kick, okay?
Yeah.
Well, if you're looking for something good to watch, have you seen Ozark?
Did the first episode, so I'm kind of circling my way through. We have kind of a rotation going, so
Okay. Ozark, the first half of the last season just aired.
okay.
Netflix series.
We'll get around to it eventually.
It's you guys checking it out?
No, I have not seen it. I did just watch The Woman in the House Across the Street from the Girl in the Window.
I heard about that. I want to see it.
What is it?
It's a thriller, but it's very tongue in cheek. It wasn't bad. It really does kind of like poke fun at the whodunit thriller kind of thing. She sees a woman get murdered from her window. Like she's sitting in a chair in her house looking out the window while she's like drinking a glass of wine. And the woman across the street, the girl across the street, she sees her with her throat slit in the window, and then calls the police, and they show up, and like they're like, she's not there. There's nobody dead. Her boyfriend, who's the one that lives there, she said she left to go on a flight. She was a flight attendant to like Seattle or whatever, and so everybody's like, this chick's crazy, and she just starts going around trying to figure out what the hell happened because she knows what she saw. But then she starts like second guessing herself and like, did I see it? And it's a whole lot of like sort of a comedy of errors in some ways, a little bit of a farce. But I will say, and this is not a comment on the quality of the show because it was enjoyable, but by the next to last episode, like the penultimate episode, I turned to my wife and I was like, I'm pretty sure that this is the person that did it. And lo and behold, that is exactly who did it. And it was like such a
spoiler.
I didn't tell you who did it, so it's an out of left. I will tell you this: it's an out
Somebody
of left
did
field. It's an out of left field choice for the killer, and I really truly thought that I was not close to what the actual answer was, and there it was right in front of me. I was like, no shit. All right, well, good on you, Netflix. I hope everyone else got a kick out of it.
Also, 2 shows that are coming out. I'm not sure. I think one of them comes out in March. I'm not sure when the next Disney Plus show, like I think Moon Knight comes out in March.
Yeah, well, that's what I said, Stephen. We don't know what's in between Book of Boba and
right
Moon Knight, because there's like 4 weeks where we don't have a show, and normally they just skip a week and then go right into something else.
Right.
Don't worry, we'll scour Reddit and figure out what we can talk about.
No, I mean the thing is, they've been on this like new thing every Friday. Like even the week that they skip, they normally put up like a making of.
Yeah.
So for 3 weeks, what are they going to give us?
Well, what I was leading to was if there's like a 4-month or 4-week drought, I think it's in February. On Netflix, for all you horror people, I think there's that new Texas Chainsaw reboot that they're doing. And then I think it's the beginning of March. I don't remember, and I should have known because I saw the AFC Championship game last week. They showed a trailer for Halo. I think that comes out in February. I think it comes out in March.
Halo's on Paramount Plus, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
But that's if you need a Disney Plus fix and Moon Knight is too far away from you.
Well, I mean, there's definitely no short of entertainment. My thought is, they haven't been skipping a Friday since they launched.
Wednesday.
It's Wednesday now. Wednesday's the new Friday.
Wednesday is the new Friday. Disney told me that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Orange is the new black.
Oh my God, pink is the new orange.
Pepsi's the new Coke.
I'll stick to the old stuff. That's it. No more mixing rum and Coke. From now on, I'm going to do the Coke in the bathroom just like everybody else.
Oh my God, did you see Coke makes coffee now?
Yes.
Yes.
Did you see that Mountain Dew's making a hard liquor?
Oh, yes.
The hard cider.
Yeah, they took that flavor that like nobody likes, the
Baja Blast.
Baja Blast, and it's now hard.
It's one of 4 flavors that are going to be coming up this coming month.
Why?
I mean, I think I speak for everyone when I say.
It'll go well with your $10 Taco Bell subscription.
Your toilet will hate you.
We have a Taco Bell up the street, and it's like there's always a line around.
Yeah.
I don't understand it when
I
there's.
know which one you're talking about. That drive-through sucks because once you're in that drive-through, you can't back out of the drive-through because if you go in that drive-through and you keep your mind like, oh, I want McDonald's. Too fucking late. You're stuck in that fucking drive-through.
Well,
you've made your choice, fatty. Now deal with it.
Speaking of drive-throughs, the Popeyes drive-through is pretty fucked up.
Oh yeah, it is.
Because you go in, and they set it up so there's two entrances, so you're in line, and it's like always mobbed. It's always a line going like out into the parking lot, but
it's like on a curb.
It's on a curve, but the thing is, the safe way to go there is you take the light, you take a right, and then go around the back of it and go in.
Yeah.
That brings you right into the drive-through. But then if you're coming down the highway another way, they have a short like turn into it. So you're like 4 cars behind, and then you come up, and then somebody could just like come off the road and like cut you off.
Yeah. And they're coming like 50 miles an hour when you're like doing 0.
Yeah, but the food at that Popeyes is really good, and I don't know how the hell.
So is it worth the hassle?
It is worth it.
Popeyes has 2 spots for a drive-through. Meanwhile, the Popeyes in my fucking neighborhood, you have to walk into a fucking mall to get to.
Oh wow!
If I were to drive through, there would be a lot of questions from cops and insurance.
They've been at it a lot over here. But it's sad to see like KFC. There's like nobody ever at it, so I'm afraid to even go there anymore. It's
they got rid of the potato wedges, dude. What the fuck is up with that, man?
But there's no fucking reason to go there if they got rid of potato wedges.
I have honestly no clue what you guys are talking about.
Listen, they have slowly whittled away the few things that I absolutely loved about that restaurant, and it started in the early '90s. For Christ's sake, first they got rid of Kentucky Nuggets. Now, if I ever want to have Kentucky Nuggets again, I got to go all the way to fucking Australia.
Yeah,
it's the only place on the planet that's fuck popcorn chicken. Fucking right up its stupid ass. Fuck that noise.
I grew up in a area where the KFC was built like a bank, where like you literally like thick bulletproof glass to actually get your chicken. So I mean,
good stuff. Jesus, Mary and Joseph. But yeah, I mean that's insane. But no crazier than getting rid of the Twister. Why? Why would you get rid of the Twister? That shit was delicious.
What was the Twister?
Oh, it was like a couple of crispy chicken strips. Like the extra crispy strips.
Yeah.
And they put it in a wrap with lettuce and tomato and this pepper ranch sauce.
Yep, I remember that.
It was incredible. It was so it was like honestly probably one of the healthiest options you could get at KFC, and then they just stopped. They were just like, we're done doing that. Why?
They had to replace it with that mash of potatoes and chicken and corn.
Famous bowl.
Yeah.
Listen, those things can coexist, for Christ's sake. But yeah, so I mean, there was like 2 strikes there. It was like, oh, you got rid of Kentucky Nuggets, the best chicken nuggets I've ever had from any fucking restaurant ever. Gone. All right. Now you got rid of the Twister. Okay. All right. Well, you get one more strike, I suppose. Potato wedges. Fuck you guys. I was willing to forgive getting rid of corn on the cob. I liked it a lot.
I didn't like the corn on the cob.
I did like it, and I don't like their loose corn that they give you now. But it was like, whatever. I don't go to KFC for the corn. It's not like a make or break situation for me. But now, potato wedges? Nah, fuck that shit. I would get potato wedges with whatever chicken I ordered, whether it was bone-in or the strips. Never popcorn. I seriously fucking hate that popcorn chicken. But I would get gravy instead of like a sauce and use that.
Pretty good.
Yeah, I would dip my potato wedges in the gravy, and that's how I would eat them. And I got KFC not so long ago. I had it delivered, and I was like, "What the?" as I was going through the menu, I'm like, they don't have fucking potato wedges? Is this just this place? And I looked across, like, nope, they're done. Got rid of potato wedges. Why on earth you would do that? I have no idea. It's one of the things that absolutely differentiated that fucking restaurant from everybody else. And
It's
now
like-
they're just like the same cheap cornmeal-y type French fries you can find at any number of places.
It's like Taco Bell getting rid of half of their menu.
Oh my god, when they got rid of the grilled XXL stuffed burrito. Okay, I guess I'll get a chalupa. Thanks. I mean, chalupas are good, don't get me wrong, but it ain't no grilled XXL stuffed burrito. Let's be real.
The burritos at Chipotle are pretty good.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, Chipotle's the best.
They opened a Chipotle over here, right next to it's a Chipotle and a
Jersey Mike's.
Jersey Mike's. Oh my
And
god!
it's right across the street's a package store. So if you get out of Chipotle and you go right across the street, you can get like because the Chipotle is supposed to have like a alcohol thing too, but their liquor permit isn't set up yet. So the next best thing is go right across the street.
Listen to you fucking hacking the local Chipotle liquor laws. Like, listen, guys, it's not set up yet, but if you time it right.
Hey, we're a Navy town. You got to have a liquor store on like every block, you know.
That's true. Sailors do like to drink. That's what I've heard.
There's also 2 strip clubs on the same road, like right down the road from each other, like 500 feet apart.
Yeah.
Clearly, there was a lot of demand.
And 20 car dealerships in between.
Business is booming, kids.
The funniest thing was at the end of the school year, and I've said this before, and sorry to cut in Yo-Yo, but it was local school was like Grosso Tech, and it's like, congratulations, Grosso Tech graduates now hiring.
Wow.
So realistically, they try not to be, pitching that towards the graduates. Just saying.
Yeah. No, it's a trade school, so it's
I mean,
yes, and if you go to the strip club, you can trade your dignity for money. Actually, I will say this: there are a lot of women out there who make good use of being able to work in places like that to pay off like student loans and stuff like that, and then just get what they need out of it and make an awesome, solid life based on the education that they had to pay off by performing as a stripper. And if I could fucking do it, I would. In a heartbeat. I mean, I'm more like the opposite, where if I showed up, you'd pay me to put my clothes back on. That's how I would have to work it. But like, more power to them. I don't get down on it. And quite frankly, it is pretty funny that the strip club did that. I can only imagine the amount of people that got upset by seeing it. I would have liked to have heard some of those conversations.
Again, we're a Navy town, so it's just like,
so they're just like, woo.
Yeah.
I'd like to point out, though, it's kind of sad that we live in a country where that is something that you might have to do in order to pay for an education.
Yeah, well,
even though it's supposed to be important. I mean, just saying.
People need help paying their fucking medical bills. They start a GoFundMe. Like, yay, capitalism. Woohoo. Great job, gang.
Okay, I know we got way off topic. So
that's new and different.
Yeah. So Microsoft and Sony are in a buying war, seems like.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's a war.
Meanwhile, Japan laughs at Nintendo.
So Sony just bought the company famous for making the game Ganop. And
Halo and Destiny.
Ganop.
Why do I know that?
That was their first game.
Oh.
But they also did Marathon, which was the precursor to Halo.
Yeah.
So Bungie or Bungie.
I would think it's Bungie, right?
It's Bungie. Yeah.
I get it. You misread it. That's all.
No. I used to call bungee cords Bungie cords. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I don't want to be that guy, but you were saying it wrong then too.
Oh, I know.
But it wasn't.
I was purposely saying it wrong to be cool, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. Wink.
That's how that works. Yeah.
I'm saying wink for anybody that just might be listening.
The price Sony paid for Bungie wasn't as big as Microsoft paid for Activision and Blizzard.
But it was
It's also
almost
not
as
big.
It was almost
is it actually? Are you sure it's Blizzard and not Blizzard?
Are we sure it's not the Dairy Queen Blizzard?
Look, it stays in the cup. All this World of Warcraft, it doesn't spill out. They made World of Warcraft, right? I got that right?
Yeah,
Yep.
Okay.
Stop poking me. Oh, wrong Warcraft.
Stop poking me. Pot of gold. Oh, I'm rich. I'm gonna build so many barricades to keep the orcs out. That's old school.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Those games were awesome, though.
Yeah, I love them. Those Warcraft games I played.
Oh yeah,
because they had cheat codes. That's how I roll. Clickety clack.
So yeah, they made Halo, Destiny. I haven't played Halo since I think Halo 2, the original Xbox. Yes, but they said that their games will remain multi-system.
Yes,
because they're smart and want to reach as wide an audience as possible.
Well, you know, because Microsoft just made those purchases, and those companies also said they were going to be multi-system. So,
yeah,
you know,
this is like money.
Well, like money, but also, you know, it is same thing as nuclear war. You have enough warheads, and nobody's gonna, you know, use them. You know, nobody's gonna go, oh, we're gonna take Halo to Sony only, or you know.
No, you would limit your money, and
I mean, honestly,
capitalistic society, and money's nice.
Yeah.
And if you want to get all that stuff, apparently you need to get a job at a strip club so you can afford it, or start a GoFundMe. See, it all comes back around, Leo.
Yeah.
And because I mean, it's great that they're gonna go multi-platform with stuff. You know, what would be even greater is you know, actually having those fucking platforms available for purchase in a large number that isn't bought out by fucking bots.
Yeah.
Okay, I think we're at a turning point because scalpers are starting to sell the systems for cost.
Oh, you know, it would be great. Retailers selling the system for cost.
Well, no, I know.
Buy some random fucking dude and who found out that being a dick didn't work for him.
Oh, look at this. PSCon 2020. He dropped his price for the PS5 from $750 to $700. Ooh, a game is afoot.
But they're becoming easier to get. Didn't James say he just got an Xbox or something?
Yeah, but Xbox has been easy to get for a little bit now.
Yeah.
Nobody cares. Nobody cares about Xbox.
Like, not.
I'm just kidding. I know lots of people do, just not me.
It hasn't been like just go to a store and grab one, but it definitely hasn't been like PlayStation level where you gotta like sell your soul in order to get one.
Yeah.
And even then, it just gets you on the waiting list.
I mean, now that Xbox One has been discontinued and now that's officially deemed a retro console, I have no choice but to go for the next gen console. So,
well, good luck.
Continue playing retro games.
May the odds be ever in your favor.
Well, not to brag or anything, but I've been enjoying my PS5.
Oh no, you're right. That definitely doesn't sound like a brag at all.
I already pre-ordered the.
I think I got something in my eye, Leo. Yeah.
Oh my God, Steve, be careful! It looks like your finger.
Hey, Steve, I remember when you had a Switch before everybody else, and you're gloating about that. Oh, I'm loving Zelda, and yeah. But yeah, Horizon Zero Dawn pre-ordered.
Good for you, man. I can't wait for you to fucking get it.
Switch. It was easy. You didn't have to wait as long in order to get a freaking Switch compared to a PlayStation. That's not the same thing. Like, yes, he got to enjoy it before us, but it wasn't like we had to wait 2 freaking years in order to even consider it.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty bad if you're like outside of a Best Buy and like a guy rolls up to you, he's like, "Hey, man, hey," you're like, "Hey, what's up? Hey, if you're looking for a PlayStation 5, yeah, I am also looking." All right, fuck you, dude. Come on. I get that. That's why we're both here, you fucking dick.
Well, just a suggestion: signing up for the PlayStation list helps quite a bit.
Or it doesn't. Who knows?
Learning to hack also helps. Buying a box.
Haven't you heard you can rent the bots now?
Yeah, my boss does that because he's in the trading card game. So he does bots for that. So
that sounds fucking horrible. I don't have the patience for that. I'm already neurodivergent enough. I don't need to fucking deal with that bullshit. I can hardly keep track of my own fucking actions. Now I gotta fucking take care of hiring a bunch of programs and tracking the shit they do. Fuck that. I already deal with executive dysfunction on a regular basis.
Just because this is the reason he does that is because he collects baseball cards and sports cards, and because in his community he got like this collection of cards, and he was getting collection cards with a friend, and his friend got this Tom Brady rookie card, which is worth I don't know, maybe $50,000. And his friend got it, but he didn't. That just started the catalyst of him getting a bot and starting to get like these.
Is it worth $50,000, or has it been proven that someone's willing to pay $50,000 for it?
Hey, I like your style, yo. Don't go changing.
Oh, you didn't hear? They made it into an NFT.
So it's going to be like
nice and fucking
$1
terrible.
now,
That's
right?
what it means. Nice and fucking terrible.
At least that's what my boss told me.
Well, I mean that you shouldn't have to resort to utilizing fucking programs to get a fucking video game console. Yeah, like that's nuts to me. Absolutely insane.
Well, so the person I saw, what's that?
I'm a sneaker collector, and I've been dealing with bots for a while now. So
same here. So I'm a sneakerhead too, and good fucking luck. Although I do love GOAT, I have to say, God damn it, do I love that site? Well, app. Whew, man, I've bought so many sneakers that I couldn't get anywhere else. I've paid way too much for some of them too, but you know how it goes. I like Air Max Plus, like TNs. They've been like my thing for the longest time now, like for the past like 2 years since the pandemic started, and I've found so many different versions, and I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, I can get this in the store. I can get this in store. That's $700. Okay, I guess I need to save up $700. Like, it's pretty bad.
Oh,
it's not a good place for a sneakerhead to go if they want to, actually have money. Sorry, guys, that was a completely different type.
No. Nothing wrong with that. It's something you love,
Oh my God, do I? I got my Thundercats kicks from Puma. I don't know if you saw the limited editions they put out. No. Oh my fucking God, dude! I got the Lion-O versions. Mwah! It's
the last Pumas I bought. I'll tell you about them.
No, that's fine. I was gonna say like but I live in Massachusetts, so like very rarely has there been a day that I've been confident enough to walk out of the house wearing them. Because like the bottoms are white. I'm not a big fan of like white on shoes, like because it's so hard to clean and keep and maintain. But like these, they're blue and white and orange. Like it has the Eye of Thundera on the tongue. Oh my God, they're great. But I can't walk on the ground in them because I just know that within 5 minutes of walking out of my house, somebody's gonna fucking throw like a strawberry slushie out their window or something. Just fucking, it's only gonna hit my feet. And I'm like, no, hundreds of dollars. Why? Just collapsing.
Crop Protect works pretty good. Just saying.
What's that?
The crep protect.
That's true. Yeah, I know, but at the same time, like I'm just saying, like I don't want to risk it just yet.
I understand.
I don't want to risk it. I'll get to that point. Maybe they'll just be indoor sneakers. I'll
You have
bring
to
them
worry
with me.
about people throwing slushies at you.
Dude, I live in Brockton, Massachusetts. I have to worry about far worse than slushies being thrown.
All right.
And it wouldn't be the first time that I've been hit with a fucking beverage thrown out of somebody's window in my city.
Pizza for me.
It happened to me
Someone threw a fucking
3
pizza.
separate times over the course of middle and junior high school on my way either to or from the comic book store. And it was never like the same person. Sometimes I was by myself. Sometimes I was with a couple of friends. But yeah, I have been hit directly in the fucking head with cups from like McDonald's that are still full. And one time a glass Minute Maid bottle still had grape juice in it.
What the hell?
Yeah. Thank God they started making those out of plastic.
Why?
I don't fucking know, dude.
It's not like he ran up to him and was like,
Yeah,
hey!
like they were in a car. Do you think I fucking caught up and was like, "Excuse me, sir, is this your bottle?
Why?
It struck my head. Did you want it back? Like, did you
Ever
mean
think
to
of-
throw
you ever
this?
think of moving?
Me?
Yeah.
Do you walk backwards when you go home? How the fuck was I supposed to see it coming, Leo? Contrary to what you may believe,
no.
things that are thrown even at like high velocities, like out of a car, do not make cartoon noises like before they make contact. There was
dude.
no way for me to know.
Physically moving to a different state or a different town.
Nah. I mean, I did live in a different town for a little while. Then I came back. Because,
Did you honestly think I said, why didn't you dodge it?
That's what it sounded like. Why didn't you move? Fuck you, dude. What am I? The fucking Flash over here? I'm Spider-Man?
I'm about to throw this.
Yeah. Hey, I hope you don't dodge from this bottle I'm about to throw at you. Oh, I missed him. What the hell? He moved. I'm walking there with my buddies.
Dodge.
Yeah, I'm walking there with my buddies from New England Comics, and all of a sudden I'm just like, my spider sense is tingling. I think I'm about to be hit by ding! Like what? No.
Your spider tingle.
My Peter tingle.
Peter tingle. Peter tingle.
Your Peter tingle. Can we stop calling it that? But yeah, I'm just sorry. We definitely digressed. It became
we went way off course.
Getting fucking pelted with drink containers. Where were we though?
I think we covered the purchase. What were you gonna say, Stephen? Or
I wanted to ask you all a question before we wrap up. So the Super Bowl's 2 weeks away. What are your predictions for trailers?
Hold on, what's 2 weeks away?
Super Bowl.
Oh, trailers. Oh, man, that's a good question. I hadn't really given it much thought, to be perfectly honest. I haven't seen. I mean, Amazon might put a trailer out for Jack Reacher, the show that's starring Alan Ritchson coming out. I can't think of any other big things that
do you think Disney might put something out for like Marvel?
Not a Doctor Strange trailer?
Maybe a Moon Knight thing to really drive home. I don't know about Doctor Strange.
Not Doctor Strange. You know what we might get?
No, I don't.
Do you think we could get an Obi-Wan trailer?
Are they far enough into that to do a trailer or a teaser?
What are the TV shows coming out this year?
Well, Obi-Wan, I think, finished production recently.
Oh, did it? I thought it. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not.
Well, I just read an article that they're doing beer ad, and they're gonna have Arnold Schwarzenegger as Zeus.
Oh yeah, I saw a photo of it, but I didn't know it was for a beer ad. I was like, oh, is he playing Zeus in some kind of movie?
Yeah, I thought it was a movie, but then I realized he's just an ad. But I wanted to get.
What about Avatar? Like Do you think they might finally show something from one of the 5 billion Avatar movies James Cameron keeps telling us we're gonna get?
Avatar 5 years later. I mean,
I know, right?
Yeah, I wanted to poll this question to you guys because it's 2 weeks away. That's what it's.
Yeah, that's a very good question. Is there a Jurassic World movie coming
Yes,
out again?
that could be a definite possibility. The new Jurassic
So,
World.
the I'm trying to think about who has stuff coming out. Maybe Uncharted again, like
Yeah. Actually, that comes out.
Wait, what about Morbius? Like, they would probably shell out the money to have a whole bunch of people see the trailer then because they just pushed it. So it's an opportunity to really hit like a big mass market, right?
Yeah, because it was supposed to come out this last week, but it got pushed to April 1st. So
Yeah, and I mean, we might see Doctor Strange, but if anything, it may be
They got
more.
a bunch of shows coming out, so probably some of those.
Yeah, we'll probably see something for Lightyear with the about
I was thinking that one
with
too.
Chris Evans.
Miss Marvel.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, we might see something for that.
Flash,
Yeah,
maybe.
and She-Hulk. We already had we've had 2 teasers for She-Hulk.
Yeah, that's true. But the Flash is probably going to be one of them. I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
Maybe the Batman.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
coming
like,
close.
Is it going
on
to be something new, or is it going to be like this? Hey, look! Remember, this is coming out soon.
There's probably going to be like a couple of new things in it. That's usually how they do.
Well, the Batman is a definite because the tickets go on sale the Thursday before.
Oh, what about? Oh, yep. Sorry. Yeah,
It makes more sense if it was doing after.
Sonic the Hedgehog 2 might have something, but then again, they've already released the trailer, so yeah, it's kind of wait. What isn't there a new John Wick movie?
No, they're filming it right now. So.
No, but there is something John Wickish.
Yeah,
like
the Continental, the TV show.
Yeah. Secret Invasion.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's right. Because what's her name? Emilia Clarke is in that, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
What did they just leak? They leaked something from Secret Invasion.
Was it just like a picture of somebody on set?
Yeah.
Hey, look, this is a
There's
person.
been a lot of behind the scenes sets.
I didn't expect to stump you guys, but holy shit, I did.
Oh, I wonder if Netflix might put something out for the Sandman, the Neil Gaiman series that's going to be coming out.
We're also waiting on a new season of The Boys.
Well, they did.
Yeah, they did like that little trailer, like the little teaser one.
Yeah. Oh, and that animated one you sent.
Yeah. That has a lot of voice talent in the animated thing.
Yeah,
I was very surprised at the list of people in it. I mean, right off the bat, the narrator for the commercial, I'm like, okay, so that's Christian Slater. I mean,
What about
no mistaking that?
Batgirl?
Maybe. Yeah, they might. Yeah.
I mean, you figure,
Oh, wait. Black Adam, quite possibly.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, I see they just put that video on Instagram.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because they only had the little bit from the actual movie, like pulled like a small scene that they showed at DC Fandom last year.
And they just said Rock was teasing something for Super Bowl, so yeah, Black Adam is definitely an option.
Yeah, it's certainly not going to be a Fast and the Furious movie, right?
No.
Not from Dwayne. Shoot. Oh wait. Isn't there the third Fantastic Beast movies? Have they released anything before that? Right?
They did a trailer for it a few weeks ago. Yeah.
Oh, they did do a trailer. Shit. Well, they still might.
I mean, that wouldn't stop them from doing another one.
Yeah, exactly. Take advantage, like I said, of the large amount of people watching. Yeah, I'm not. Oh, maybe Top Gun, the sequel that they're doing.
Well, they did. Tom Cruise did a intro to the AFC Championship game last week, and he showed more footage of Top Gun Maverick. And it wasn't like a trailer; it was more like a preview of Top Gun Maverick, but it was introduced in the game. So I'm assuming, putting two and two together, hindsight being 2020, there will be a preview of Top Gun Maverick, because obviously it got delayed twice. So yes, Top Gun Maverick definitely.
Okay. All right. Well, you know, I guess we have that to look forward to.
Well,
I don't care about Top
Yeah.
Gun Maverick at
No,
all.
I was just.
I do.
I'm so happy for you, man.
Okay, so the big movie's coming out soon. Death in an Aisle.
Which aisle? Is it aisle 6?
The Batman.
Oh yeah.
Tyson's Run. The
Like
Lost
Mike Tyson
City.
or
I don't know.
Yeah, it's me, Mike Tyson. You better run so fast, or I'm gonna definitely put my fist directly through your face. It's gonna be terrible. For you, not for me. It might hurt my fist a little bit, but not as much as it's gonna hurt your face.
So Super Bowl is more about summer blockbusters. So
Yeah.
you have Doctor Strange and Multiverse of Madness. Ms. Harris Goes to Paris. An Untitled Blumhouse Productions. DC
Ooh,
League of
that's an
Super-
intriguing title. This
Yeah.
summer, Untitled Blumhouse production.
Top Gun Maverick. Bob's Burgers the movie.
Join
Oh,
us
they'll
for the
definitely
fright
do
of
a
your
Facebook
life.
for that.
Yeah.
Jurassic World is June.
Yep.
There's
What
also the possibility that I know we're talking about movies, but Netflix may also I don't know how far into it they might be, but the Umbrella Academy.
Also, Knives Out 2 could be a possibility.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Thor: Love and Thunder is this summer.
That's right. Holy
Yeah.
shit, we've barely seen anything about that, so that's probably a good call right there.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and the month after is Black Adam. So that's probably going to be the two main contenders. Thor and Black Adam.
One's an anti-hero who uses lightning to transform and focus his power, and the other is a hero who uses lightning to transform. What the fuck?
In October is the new Spider-Man.
The
animated one.
Animated.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, what the hell is that one called? And
Across the Spider-Verse.
Is it Across the Spider-Verse?
Yeah.
Sounds like the Beatles should be showing up.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
For real.
Speaking of Beatles, that just reminded me. Yesterday, did you all see yesterday?
Gone and far away.
Did I see yesterday? Yeah, it was all right, but I moved on.
Well, it is Groundhog Day. Are we reliving the same day over and over
That was
again?
great, Steve. That was excellent.
No, the movie yesterday. Did you all see it?
Yeah, it was okay.
No, I did not. What movie are we talking about?
Oh, it's quite good. It's basically, for some reason, the whole world forgets the Beatles existed.
You mean the movie yesterday?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I've seen that.
Okay. Yeah, that's what okay.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I thought
So anyway, the
I
movie's
thought you were literally saying something happened yesterday.
No. There's a class action lawsuit against it.
Oh, yes, I did see
Really?
that. So
Yes.
stupid.
But if this passes, so many people.
It will not pass.
No,
it shall not pass.
Okay, first
What
off,
happened?
Okay, some dickhead filed a lawsuit against was it Fox, and now it was Fox that made it, so now it's Disney, I guess, or something. And it's because what's her face? Oh my god, who's the actress? Some actress was in the trailer for the initial trailer for yesterday, and when the movie came out, it turns out that they cut her scenes because they were trying to keep the focus of the main character's relationship on trying to keep focus on the main character's relationship with Lily James's character, and she was going to be kind of like a love triangle, and they were like, no, we want to keep our guy kind of doing his music thing and still kind of pining for her, but he's too big a deal and yada yada yada. You've seen the movie, you know how it fucking goes. And I cannot for the life of me remember who it was, but basically this guy's like, "Oh yeah, well we all saw the trailer, and anybody who went to see the movie because they thought she was going to be in it, they're sorely disappointed because she's not even like kind of in it. She's just gone. There's no mention of her. She didn't show up at all." And so he's suing them, and it's like, dude, editing happens, man. Like, calm the fuck down.
Well, yeah, but that you're talking about. Now, I agree, it's ridiculous, but playing the devil's advocate.
Yep.
The devil's accurate.
Ana de Armas from Knives Out in No Time to Die. That's who it was. She showed up in the trailer.
So essentially, I'm being advertised something, and I'm making a purchase because of that advertisement. And that is not representative of what I thought I was purchasing.
Welcome to the U.S.
Yep.
Yeah.
But the thing
Simple
is,
as that. I'm sorry.
I mean,
like
all they need to do. I mean, if they get a sympathetic judge, and it
I'm
passes.
suing McDonald's because my Big Macs never look like they do in the advertisement.
Oh hell yeah! Yeah. Hot coffee all over again.
Wow.
I'm sorry, that woman had a legitimate claim.
Yeah, that she was 100% correct.
Yeah.
And it's fucking terrible that stuff like The Tonight Show and shit like that contributed to making it into a national joke. I don't know if you've ever seen the photos and the story behind it, but that was horrific. That old woman went through a fucking traumatic ordeal because of what McDonald's did with that coffee.
And they had been warned before about how they've been keeping
McDonald's
coffee.
Loved the fact that it was being made into a joke. They loved it because it gave them even more power to fight it.
I think they had a PR campaign to make it a joke, right?
Probably. I wouldn't say a PR campaign, but
it's how the news and like shows and everything have made it, like portrayed it instead of actually what it was. Like she was literally like horribly burned.
Yeah, but you have McDonald's
that they had been warned about multiple times.
Oh, and I totally agree. But you have this conglomerate with so much money behind it. What's it for like a little sect of the organization to say, okay, we're gonna go pay these people to start making fun of it, and we'll try to get it all rolling. But
at that point, like that falls into like conjecture and conspiracy, and if there's nothing concrete, you can't really put it out there.
Yeah,
I mean, unless you're Joe Rogan or some dickhead like that.
Yeah. But to get back to my train of thought here, so say if it does go through, can you imagine the amount of lawsuits or how they may need to change trailers? Because Marvel, pretty much any superhero movie, they're trying to.
They do it to throw people off on purpose.
Exactly.
So I mean, honestly, that can just be used as their defense.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. All right, to rebut that, because of the large and unwieldy ramifications of such a ruling, it would not occur. Like that is something that would be taken into consideration. This is not the first time that somebody has tried to do something like this because of a movie. This is going on because Ana de Armas didn't appear in yesterday, even though she was in like the initial trailer or what have you, right? But there was another case, and it says right here, that was filed in Michigan in 2011, involving the film Drive, starring Ryan Gosling. In that case, the plaintiff alleged that the trailer made it appear that the film would be a high-speed action driving film, and she was not prepared for the film's slow-paced interpersonal drama punctuated with graphic violence. And it was dismissed on several grounds, including that the trailer was not deceptive. The court actually said, a review of the trailer demonstrates that it is not particularly inconsistent with the content of the film. That's pretty much exactly what's going to happen with
Gave
this.
me a good movie, and I'm pissed.
Yeah. They gave me a movie that didn't give me bang bangs and pew pews, but made me think, and it made my brain hurt. I had all kinds of headaches with pictures in them. You mean ideas? Yeah, those. Fucking
I thought I was going to see a movie with just one Spider-Man, but they gave me 3.
That was 3 times as much Spider-Man as I was expecting. I didn't care for it. No, not one bit. And then they killed the nice lady. I was very upset.
Where's Spider Pig?
Peter Parker to you, pal.
Harry Plopper.
Yeah, I mean that it's just it's absolute balderdash that these folks are doing this. It's like, calm the fuck down, like for real.
Wasting court's time, like.
Yeah,
I'm sure the lawyer that took it on was like, yeah, sure. I'm like, I'm gonna get paid no matter what. I mean, it's coming out of your goddamn wallet. So
listen, actors are very aware of what could possibly happen when they appear in a production. That is part of the game that's played, all right? And it doesn't mean that somebody did a bad job, but part of the editing process is figuring out what works best for the through line of the entire story. And if it made more sense to focus primarily on this one character and the one girl that he clearly had a thing for, than to have this love triangle start up, it's very distracting from the overall story you're trying to tell. So they got rid of it. They cut it out, and they, but she still got paid. It's not a big deal. There's no need to turn every fucking thing into like release the Snyder cut and shit. Like this is out of control.
I got one. If this actually does somehow magically go through, I'm going to sue them for the Goonies because they mentioned this goddamn octopus and I never saw it.
Are you confusing it with Popeye?
No. There is a scene with an octopus when the kids are in the water outside of the boat.
But then they took out the movie, but they still have data say something about the fact that they fought that
octopus.
They never changed that scene.
Really?
Yeah.
And you still have that damn tire from Twister. I'm still pissed off about that.
I don't know what you mean.
Oh, because in the trailer they show a tire coming at you at the screen, but they don't show it in the movie.
Yeah.
Oh, heavens to Murgatroyd. It's the end of the world as we know it.
But the funny thing is,
and the people from behind Suicide
people
Squad
complained about it. But then the next movie that Spielberg made, it was one of the Jurassic Parks, and then at one point there's a random tire that flies up towards. It was I think it was the trailer that was hanging down, and something falls, and then like a tire comes bouncing up.
Yeah, that was the Lost World Jurassic Park, and that was the same year as Twister.
Was it the same year as Twister?
Yes.
Jeez. I love Twister.
1996.
That's one of my favorite movies.
Actually, no. Jurassic Park Lost World was 1996. Twister was 97. I think.
No, Twister was 96.
Okay, 96. And Lost World was 97. Or no, 98.
Do I hear 99? Sold to the man who said 2000.
Lost World 97.
Okay.
So the year after.
Memorial Day 97, because I still have the popcorn bucket.
Okay. I don't have anything from when Lost World came out because I didn't go to fucking see it in theaters. I was set. I was good. I was done.
You were good?
Yeah. Once again, like, I will buy so much that you want to throw at me through a screen. But when it comes to the point that dinosaurs break out of the fucking gigantic fence, which inexplicably has a humongous dinosaur-sized gate, why? Why, if they were never supposed to leave, did they make a dinosaur-sized gate, gang? I don't know. But once they were all like, we gotta get the fuck off this island, the dinosaurs are running rampant, there is no way on God's green earth that fucking island would not have been nuked. All right? No way.
I mean, we wouldn't have even do a nuke. We have so many other kinds of bombs that would just take care
I mean, they could use that fucking fire bomb from the end of Outbreak, for crying out loud. Like, whatever. But, like, there's no way a dinosaur is fucking surviving and making it off that island. That's not going to happen. Dunzo. And then the fucking Lost Worlds fucking comes out. I was like, really?
Yeah.
All right. Maybe you say
But
so.
weren't they looking to weaponize the dinosaurs?
What? When? In what movie? Because they sure as fuck weren't talking about it in Jurassic. I mean, Dickhead stole a bunch of embryos that never made it off the island. Who knows?
No,
what they were gonna do with them?
Newman.
One of the last movies, the original concept was they were weaponizing them. They mounted guns to the dinosaurs.
What? Isn't that a little bit of a hat on a hat situation?
I'm sure this wasn't a fever dream.
It might have been.
Jesus Christ, a fucking gun mounted on a dinosaur? That's overkill if I've ever heard it. It's unnecessary.
And I thought laser beams on sharks were overkill.
I mean, how do you even come to that decision-making process? Like, yeah, we got a Stegosaurus. I guess it's cool. You know, it would be cooler. Like, what?
Would a laser work underwater, though? That seems impractical.
All right. Now, Triceratops, okay? Triceratops, but with a Gatling gun on its back. Why?
Okay, one of the concepts.
That is one of the dumbest fucking things I've ever seen in my entire life.
It's like something you'd see in Turok.
That looks like something that a fucking 12-year-old kid came up with, and his dad drew it to humor him. Like, wow. Yeah, Turok is pretty good. I can understand seeing something like that in Turok, but holy shit,
cool,
dude. That is, oh my God, no. There's, you don't have, not everything has to be like some fucking fusion thing, like, oh, what a mashup. This is great. Sometimes you end up with good mashups and it really works. And then other times you end up with like cowboys and aliens. It's just not a good scene. Fucking guns and laser beams on fucking dinosaurs. There's a reason why sharks with lasers on their heads was a fucking joke in the Austin Powers movies, kids.
But you know what happens to jokes of yesteryear? They become the reality of today.
And then they become memes and ammunition for trolls.
Yeah, so jokes all over again. It's the cycle. It returns to the earth from whence it came.
Yeah.
Okay, I know we're way over. Did you guys have anything else before we wrap it up?
I don't fucking know. That dinosaur gun thing just really fucking fried my egg right there, bro. Like, I can't believe that shit. That makes me both sad and furious. I don't know. The Suicide Squad game from Rocksteady is going to be delayed until 2023.
I mean, if it makes it good, like compared to like the first movie, then.
Well, I mean, it's it's the Suicide Squad versus Justice League or some shit like that.
Yeah.
So that that'll be interesting to say the least. I mean, some of the stuff that they released for it, Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. That's the name of it.
Yeah, we're still getting that Bat Family one though, right?
Bat Family one? I don't know.
There's the game where with Dick, Batgirl, I think Damian.
Really?
I saw a trailer for it.
Are you sure it wasn't a fan-made trailer?
Right. Hey guys, this is the video I put together because I just thought it'd be cool. What if they made a game like this? I hope you like it. And don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe.
Gotham Knights.
Oh yeah. New Bat Family game, Gotham Knights, revealed at DC Fandom. Oh yeah, look at that. Red Hood, Tim Drake, Batgirl, and Nightwing.
I vaguely remember hearing about that.
Yeah, I vaguely as well. Okay. I mean, is it Rocksteady who made it? No. Who made this?
Is it the same company that did the other Batman games?
Well, I know that Rocksteady made like several of them, but then there was another company that did Arkham Origins, and I didn't even bother getting that game. I thought it looked like fucking trash.
Oh yeah, WB Games Montreal.
Ah, okay. Well, I mean, once I get a PS5, I'll check it out. So
yeah. So yeah,
looking forward to 2025.
So it's the same company that did Arkham Origins and Arkham Knight.
There you go.
So,
guys,
so the one who brought the Batmobile into made it such a frustrating, annoying thing.
What? Hold on, you were frustrated by the Batmobile?
Yeah.
Why? Hold on. In Origins, is that you use the Batmobile in Origins? Is that what you're talking about?
Arkham Knight.
Oh, I didn't mind the Batmobile in that game. But apparently you did. I'm sorry.
Well, what were you playing it on?
A PlayStation 4?
Maybe that was my problem because I was playing on an Xbox.
Yeah, that does sound like it was your problem.
It's like that answers my question.
Xbox is always the problem.
Wonderful.
Thanks, Tom. He's yeah.
Gotham Knights. Yeah, thanks, Tom. Where were you 2 fucking minutes? Oh, wait, it was 2 minutes ago. Never mind. Sorry. I'm kidding. I saw the timestamp.
Yeah, I've been a little slow on the trigger tonight.
No worries. So yeah, I mean that's one thing that I I was kind of aware of. I don't really think there's too much more. Resident Alien premiered last week.
Oh yeah, I forgot to mention that.
On Sci-Fi. That's quite good. If you haven't checked it out, I do recommend it. First season was incredible, and the season opener was right where it needed to be.
Yep. Streaming on Pluther if anybody needs it.
Yep. And if especially if you're a fan of Alan Tudyk and you haven't checked it out, like he's in top form in the show. He's just like delightfully nuts in it. He's such an asshole and also just has no idea how people function. It's a wonderful thing to see displayed on screen. But also, in addition to being a fan of Alan Tudyk, if you like certain other things he's done in the past, particularly other people he's worked with, I know our buddy Coop would be super into this fact. Nathan Fillion has a role, at least in the season premiere. The newest episode was on tonight at 10 o'clock on Sci-Fi, so I have no idea if that carries over at all. But I am hoping that he is a presence in the series moving forward.
What did he play?
Did you see last week's episode?
Yeah.
He was the voice of the octopus.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so I'm hoping that ends up being like a roommate kind of situation.
Yeah. Did he play it last year? Because that octopus was in it last year.
I don't know. I didn't actually look it up. But wasn't it a different octopus last time? Because they're the octopi that are used for the food in the restaurant.
Oh, yeah. He called him number 41 because he was like number 41 on the menu.
Yes, that is number 41. What is that his name? Well, that is his listing in the menu, so that's what I'm calling him. Fucking great. But yeah, I really hope that he ends up being a presence moving forward, because like even briefly in that episode, it was hysterical watching the two of them talk. Like, it was great. Yeah, it's a really fun show. It's got a lot of heart. And it's a cool contrast from like the last season, because it took place during the winter in the town that they live in, and now it's like springtime and summer, so you get to see everybody kind of like doing different things. It's not all about like frozen ice and finding bodies and shit like that.
So in watching this season, or in watching this show, do you get any vibes from Dexter?
Yes, actually, when I was watching Dexter, it's more that I got vibes from Resident Alien while watching Dexter: The New Blood, or Dexter: New Blood.
Yeah, but now that it's the season back, I'm like, wait a second. Yeah, Dexter. Yeah. When I was watching Dexter, I agree. When I was watching it, I was getting like Resident Evil vibes, and then
you mean Resident Alien vibes?
Resident Alien vibes.
It's a very different vibe.
Yeah, but now watching it is just bringing up bad memories from Dexter.
But the thing is, like, that might be part of the reason why they decided to get past the winter stuff as
Yeah.
well, like really drive home like drive away from any confusion that there might be. I actually had no problem with how Dexter New Blood ended, and I hope for that's the end of it actually. Like I'm fine with no more ever again. Well done. You did it better than the actual series proper, and that's that. Thank you and go away.
But he was pointing over here, and that's not really his heart, and the bullet could have missed his heart, and they could be alive. And sorry,
Yeah.
I was tuning in the internet.
Oh, I
Crazy.
know, I get it. I completely understand. Like I love watching people try to fucking like rationalize why the thing that they love may still be alive.
Yeah.
No.
But the stupid thing was, so I read that before I watched the episode, and like when I'm watching the episode, I'm like, you see all his blood come out. I'm like, that can't be healthy.
That fucker is dead.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if you've noticed, but humans are mostly goo and juice. And if you take all the juice out, they die. That's what happened to Dexter. Sorry, gang.
Spoiler.
If he were the Kool-Aid man, he'd be all out of Kool-Aid. Oh no! Oh yeah!
Yeah, okay.
He sounds so defeated.
I mean, listen, here's the thing. Like, if they have Dexter survive that, in all honesty,
he's not going to.
Yeah. No, I know he's not going to.
No,
What I'm saying, if they did, what people are clamoring for still, it would be such a cheapening of what you saw. It'd be just as bad as how they ended the original series on Showtime.
Well, it's exactly what they're going to be doing next. So, you know, they're going to bring back 6 Feet Under.
Oh shit! Sorry.
At least that was the rumor. And,
I fucking hope not. That series ended so well. It's like the best ending to a series I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Seriously. And for them to go back and start to rehash everything, that absolutely cheapens what they did. They crafted it so well. And besides, the main character was Nate in the first show. That was the whole point, that Nate came home after having been gone, and he had to deal with being with his family and trying to, like, all of them kind of leaning on each other while also like driving each other insane after the death of his father, the untimely death of his father. So like with Nate's story finishing, no, fuck it. The show's been over forever. With Nate dying at the end of the fucking series, who's the main character? Who are we gonna follow? And that's the other thing. They showed how everybody's story ends.
Yeah.
At the end of the entire series. So why the fuck do I care about what's going to happen to Rico or his brother or his sister or anything like that? We've already seen what happens. You know, I know that his sister ends up becoming a fucking famous and successful photographer and dies old and blind, but surrounded by her like grandkids and kids and shit. I know that his brother ends up marrying Keith, and then, you know, they have a good life together, and they adopt a kid, and they raise, you know, their family up until the point where Keith, when he's running his armored car business, gets fucking shot in the chest and killed by a robber outside of a bank waiting for him. Like, we've seen all these things play out. So what well do you have to go back to? I feel like Alan Ball and the writers of that show designed it so you couldn't go back to do that. And trying to rehash it just flies in the face of how artfully they dealt with the finishing of those stories. But what the fuck do I know?
No, I totally agree. And the show ended just beautifully. But, you know, horse dead boot kick.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah.
Another excellent series that had Michael C. Hall in it. That's you know, probably a good connection there. Like, if anybody was confused, Michael C. Hall is the star of Dexter, but he was also one of the ensemble in 6 Feet Under. He plays the main character's brother who works at the funeral parlor that their family owns.
Yeah.
That's the first thing that a lot of people saw Michael C. Hall in, and it's actually what enabled him to get the role of Dexter.
Yeah. I was just looking to see what else if he had something else coming out. He has a documentary, Gettysburg, coming out. But he did a Netflix series that The Defeated in 2020.
Really?
Yeah. American cop who arrives in Berlin in the summer of 1946 to help create a police force in the chaotic aftermath of war.
Sounds uplifting.
Yeah. But I mean, Michael C. Hall. So he's yeah.
The man who should have been Daredevil.
Yeah.
Seriously, he should have been Matt Murdock. Oh, it has Taylor Kish in it? Wow, how British is that name? Tuppence Middleton. My God. If she and Benedict Cumberbatch hung out, it would break the internet.
Speaking of British, the last thing I'll hit you with, did you start watching the British Ghosts yet?
Not yet. Nope. I tagged it on my HBO Max because I had like several other things that I'm trying to buzz through.
They did like a holiday-ish episode, I think, for like the season 3.
Ooh.
So it's still, I mean, I'm assuming we'll get a season 4 for the British one. The American one took a completely different turn from the British one, though. So I think once you get like halfway through the American one, you're safe.
I will say I powered through recently on Netflix as well. Just speaking about British, Ricky Gervais finished up a show he was doing on Netflix called Afterlife, and it's about a guy who's been widowed. His wife died of cancer, and it's just him. Like, he used to be a pretty like joyful, goofy, funny dude, and he absolutely loved his wife. And she dies, and he just becomes this miserable, caustic prick. And he actually is like, he wants to die, but he doesn't have the balls to actually like do the thing that whatever it is that's going to kill him. He tries drinking himself stupid. He even gets to a point where he wants to try like hard drugs and maybe overdose. It sounds bleak, but it swings back around, and he actually like starts to realize like maybe there's a little bit more to what I'm doing. And it's rooted in the fact that Ricky Gervais himself is atheist. So it's not about like a higher power and like, oh God, and this, that, and the other. It's about being a good person. Like, all you have is now, and you should make the best of that time. You know, spend the time with the people that you want to be around, help the people that need it. There's a woman, actually, she played Barbara, Sean's mom in Shaun of the Dead. She plays an older widow who he meets because they're both visiting one another's spouses' graves at the same graveyard, at the same cemetery. And they become friends. They sit there and just kind of talk about stuff. And she helps him kind of like get perspective on things, and him for her as well. But one of the things she says, and it really stuck with me, it was like the first or second season. It's 3 seasons long. It's half-hour episodes. It goes by quick. But she says, good people do things for other people. It's that simple. They don't do them because they expect anything back or because they think anybody else is watching or can see them do it. They do it because they want to do something for someone else, and that's it. And I think that's like, there's some great tenets that you can really like live your life by in what you see in the show. And Ricky Gervais just approaches it with like a good combination of like personal philosophy and just out and out fucking humor. Like, there's some strange cats in this show. Like, if you're familiar with how like the UK Office, because it is decidedly darker than the US version, there's a lot of those quirky type characters that you see pop up throughout this show. I think it has something for everybody for the most part to see, and I highly recommend it. Just came out.
Nice. I saw it listed. I haven't given it a chance yet.
I think watch it. I think you'll really like it, especially for any of us out there who actually have lost someone. It's it's very difficult when that occurs, and whether or not you know that it's coming, if they're either very sick or it's sudden, it's a blow either way. And I think it can help make sense of maybe how what the best reactions you could have to a situation like that could be, as opposed to a more self-destructive path. And it's really focused more on, people and the people in your life, the people around you, the community you're in, as opposed to what you think might be some great reward beyond. Like, don't focus on like something that you have no idea is 100% accurate or real. Focus on what's in front of you now. Okay, so you lost someone. That's okay. You can be sad about that. But now remember that you have all these other people or all these other things in your life as well. And that's important. I think, especially considering like how a lot of stuff that's going on nowadays is a huge bummer. It's nice to see something that tries to like put a bead on people like actually trying to uplift themselves.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, we'll wrap things up. I want to thank everybody for watching this fine evening. Definitely check the show notes up above or down below, depending on where you're watching or listening to us. For me, just Google Leo Pond, but more importantly, listen to where you can follow these awesome dudes. I run a little thing called the Dorkening Podcast Network. A ton of awesome people doing a ton of awesome stuff. And Steven, where do you like people interacting with you?
You can find Super Retro Throwback Reviews on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. We have 2 shows, which are both on the Dorkening Podcast Network. Super Retro Throwback Reviews, the audio files, which comes out every Monday, and CSI The Vegas Files, which comes out every Friday. Again, both shows are on the Dorkening Podcast Network and wherever you get podcasts. And check out our Patreon, patreon.com/Super Retro Podcast, and you can get your Super Retro merch at our Teespring store and on our Facebook page. And we're here every Wednesday on the Dorkening.
Yo.
Just Yo Saint Laurent on Instagram and Twitter at the moment. I'm getting back into the swing of things, so I might do some other things soon enough, but the rest, that's Yo Saint Laurent at the moment.
Cool beans. Brandon.
Hey, if you all wouldn't mind coming over to the Powers Combined group on Facebook, check it out. We're a group for geeks just looking to have a good time and exchange some information, have fun. Our number one rule is don't be a jerk. If you violate it, you'll be kicked out immediately. Otherwise, you can follow me on Twitter at Brandon's Powers and on Instagram at This Brandon Has Powers. You can find me here every Wednesday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the Dorkening Podcast. And I am also doing a podcast with Leo Pond and Justin Cooper called The Dork Night, which will be getting released soon, which covers all things Batman. And as well as that's a bi-weekly one, by the way. And then the other bi-weekly podcast we're doing is Comics Paradox, where I pick out a what if or an Elseworld, an alternate reality title, and we talk about that, how it differs from what we know, and the cool things about it, the things that we thought sucked. It's a lot of fun. So check all that stuff out. Keep your eyes peeled.
Okay, with that, we'll catch you guys later. Bye.
Bye, everybody.